Welcome, bienvenue. I'm Josephine Nalbantoglou. I'm the Dean of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies at McGill, and I'm very pleased to be hosting this event. This is this year's 3MT, 3-minute thesis, and ma thèse en 180 secondes competition. I'm so glad that you could come and listen to all our presenters. Dans le volet francophone et anglophone de la compétition. Nous avons aussi des gens qui nous écoutent et nous regardent en ligne, beaucoup. Une audience qui est vraiment assez large, on le sait, de ce qui s'est passé dans les années auparavant. L'année dernière, quand on l'a fait, on avait une très grosse tempête. On avait quand même 200 personnes qui nous écoutaient. Alors, merci de participer. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that McGill University is located on land which has been a site of meeting and exchange amongst indigenous people. And this includes the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe nations. McGill honors, recognizes, and respects these nations as the traditional stewards of the lands and waters on which we meet today. As we begin, we're going to do some housekeeping notes for the audience as you're our privileged participants. So I'd like you to be able to turn off your phones, put them on silence. Aucun cellulaire, s'il vous plaît, parce que ça va déranger les présentateurs. You may take photos as you wish, but make sure that your flash is off so it doesn't distract presenters. We are happy to be in this beautiful historic museum, and there are certain conditions for us being here, and that's no food. So as you can see, we have enough bottles of water, but that's all you're allowed. Keep all the food outside. We're going to have a reception at the end, so you'll be able to participate in the festivities, but for now, just water. You should also all have a ballot in hand, because you're going to be participating in the voting for the People's Choice. Alors, vous pouvez voter pour le présentateur préféré après les présentations. Vous avez tous un bout de papier pour ça. So the 3MT is really a research communication competition that was developed in Australia at the University of Queensland. It's now an international competition that's carried out across the world. And Quebec was really the leader. Au Québec, l'ACFAS, l'Association francophone pour le savoir, a été le premier à participer, à lancer un concours qui était comme le 3MT. Alors, c'était ma thèse en 180 secondes. L'ACFAS a souhaité d'étendre le projet à l'ensemble de la francophonie. Alors, il y a des compétitions un peu partout à travers le monde. La personne qui va gagner ici, et notre candidat de McGill, va participer à la compétition provinciale à Chicoutimi. So graduate students have 3 minutes to present. Compelling, I think that's the key word. It's a compelling oral presentation of their thesis, the significance, why they're passionate about the work they're doing. And this is to everybody. Right? We're all non-specialists because we're not really working deeply in these topics, but it's up to the student to present it. And they only have one slide, so these are really very difficult conditions. On s'y attend pas d'habitude. On a plein de diapos, plein d'écritures dans les diapos. Alors, c'est un peu différent de ce qu'on fait comme chercheur académique. Alors, ce qu'on a fait cette année, ça fait à peu près 2 ans qu'on a lancé le concours et qu'on prépare les étudiants d'une façon assez particulière. So all the students who submitted proposals this year were offered skills training sessions. So we don't just want people to submit an abstract and then say, you're through, you're not through. Everybody gets professional development out of this in communications. Alors, les séances d'entraînement avaient pour but vraiment de permettre aux étudiants de s'améliorer. Et c'était des séances faites en groupe. Et après les éliminatoires, ça a été des séances individuelles. So after the heats, the 14 finalists who were chosen also got one-on-one training. And this included oral presentations, videotaping, and so on. So you're going to have superb presenters. The judges are going to have a very hard time. So we're all looking forward to this. So I'd like to introduce a panel of judges. Because the students are from all kinds of different groups, it's a panel that's vraiment un jury multidisciplinaire. Une personne nous manque, malheureusement, quelqu'un qui est malade, Cathy Wong, qui est... Elle est arrivée? Oh, elle arrive. D'accord, elle va arriver. So this is a stalwart presenter who was sick, but who's still showing up. So I'll go through the background of our judges. Dr. Laura Weiner is in the middle here. Laura is the Director of Teaching and Learning Services at McGill. So she's been a special advisor to the provost. She was also in the office of the CIO. So she's the senior educational technologist. She's taught at many different faculties at McGill, Université de Montréal, and Concordia. She's conducted research on educational training applications. She's the one who's been really spearheading all teaching and learning services programs at McGill, and we graduate program, postdoctoral studies also collaborates with her on the professional development skill sets, Skill 21 for the undergrads. I'll skip Cathy Wong. Valérie Patreau, diplômée en génie aérospatial et titulaire d'une maîtrise en sciences appliquées de l'École polytechnique de Montréal. Madame Patreau a passé plus de 13 ans dans le monde industriel montréalais. Alors, c'est notre experte en génie. Et elle est revenue comme chercheur universitaire il y a 6 ans. Elle dirige une équipe de chercheurs et d'innovation durable à l'École polytechnique. Our next jury member is Didier Jean-François, an alumnus of McGill. So he's got a BSc in biology from McGill and an MBA from University of Notre Dame. He's a specialist in biotech pharma, and his core experiences are in R&D alliances. So he's doing licensing, R&D development, marketing. And a lot of our students who are in biomedical and pure and applied sciences are really looking forward to joining these types of endeavors. And so he's going to be a very worthwhile judge for us as an entrepreneur and as an innovator. Our next judge is Judith Ritter. Who's already been here before as a judge. She liked it so much she's come back. She's an award-winning independent radio and print journalist who reports from Canada, China, India, Europe, and the Caribbean. So she's done science and technology, business, entertainment, international development. Her stories have appeared in print throughout North America and in China. And she's worked on many different levels. So in terms of communication, she's certainly an expert at how to get the nugget that needs to be translated for the general public. And our last judge is Susan Pollack. She manages the product line for Boeing commercial flight simulators at CAE, and she's a market leader in civil aviation training. She has more than 15 years experience in software and simulation, including artificial intelligence for computer-generated forces in simulation. So she holds a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from McGill and an executive MBA from Concordia's John Molson School of Business. So we've got our very varied background of our evaluators. Is this Cathy? Bonjour. Alors, notre dernière membre du jury est arrivée. Madame Catherine Wong est diplômée en droit et elle est devenue la première femme présidente du conseil municipal de la ville de Montréal comme représentante du district Pierre McGill. Elle a beaucoup travaillé dans les conseils d'administration et elle a occupé le poste d'agent de développement jeunesse pour les YMCA du Québec et pour le Jeune Conseil de Montréal. Et elle siège aussi sur beaucoup de CA comme l'Office de jeunesse et internationaux du Québec, du Théâtre Jean du CEP, ainsi que des comités consultatifs d'Élections Canada et MaTV. Alors, nous sommes prêts à commencer. Et il y a 2 prix qu'on va donner. Alors, il y a le gagnant de ma thèse en 180 secondes. Et cette personne va participer à la finale nationale à Chicoutimi. The English one is winner of the English competition will represent McGill at the Canadian Association for Graduate Studies 3MT Eastern Regional Finals. And we're very happy to host the finals here at McGill for the first time. We'll also have a People's Choice Award, so you get to be heard, all of you. So pay as much attention as the judges, although the judges all have lots of evaluation sheets in front of them, and I guess lots of different criteria. But for the instructions for the public awards, People's Choice Award will be given to you at the end. So the criteria that we have seems very simple. And you can imagine why these students work months to make something that is so simple. It takes very, very hard work to communicate properly. So the point is for them to talk about the research, but to make it understandable to the general audience. After the last presenter, when the judges leave the room to deliberate, there'll be a short question and answer period. So we will not stop in between the presentations as they give their pitch for 3 minutes.